Good evening. Today in this video, we are going to see the design of top chord and bottom chord members. Now already we have calculated the forces in the members, that is by using graphical method, and we have prepared the table for all the members which are in the truss. Now we have to make the group separately, that is top chord member, because it is continuous member, and we have same angle section throughout the top chord, and therefore we have make the groups top chord member, bottom chord member, and all internal members which may be struts or slings. And now we will start with first top chord members. So you can see we have in this, if we will see which are top chord members, we have first top chord member, we can say we have, that is AB. Now, what is force in AB? So you can see this. We have force in AB. So I will talk only about design force and the force for which we have to check the member. Because two forces we have seen already. We have seen this table. For maximum we have to design it, and for minimum we have to check it. And generally these are opposite nature. So this is AB. Then if we will go to second, which we have, that is BD, and for this member we have now these two are collinear, and therefore force in AB and BD due to dead and live we have same, and that you can see this, we have this is 86.03, and again compression, because collinear members are there. But if we will go to the dead load plus wind load combination, then you have in this fashion, and you are going to get a component of this horizontal force, and therefore force in this member is not same as this member, and that you can see we have 110.70 small component of this uh, wind load, and this is again sine, so it is very less. And then combination we have, that is 142.29 and 86.03, that is design force, and then check for this we have same again. Then we have third member, for which we have to design it. So I can now mention it as DF, then we have FH, and then we have HJ. So we have DF, so 127.08, 76.59. FH we have 112.67, 66.86, and HJ we have 97.89 and 57.27. So you can see all these top chord members we have to design for tension, and we have to check it for compression. So now maximum we have, that is 142.29, this is my design force, and we have to check these members for 86.03 kilonewton, that is for compression. And then now we have framed the problem, and in this one we have 142.29 and 86.03, that is tensile and compression respectively. So we are considering now, we have top chord members, and for top chord members we are going to consider these angles. We have double angles, and these are connected and opposite side of gusset plate, and from this we will get this cross section, and therefore we have bolts, that is double shear, and then bearing. So now AGR required we have, that is 626.08 millimeter square. So for single angle we have 313.04 millimeter square. We will select 5056. Now area of this is 568. So we have this as different, but we are not going to provide angle section below 5056 in trusses, because practical difficulties are there at the time of fabrication, and again at the time of erection if we will go lesser than this angle, and therefore practically we are going to provide minimum angle for trusses as 50-56 millimeter. And then we have to, whenever we will provide the angle section, or any section for the tension member, we have to check its strength, and that strength should be greater than the tensile force coming on it. And then we will go for this design of connection. So we will use 12 millimeter diameter double shear, we have already seen, and then we have in shear. So now you can see this. So this we have failure, that is at two sections. One we have, that is in shaft, and another we have, that is in threads. And we know in threads our value of A and B, that is equal to 0.78 in ASB. These all things we have already seen, so I'm not going in detail with this one. And then we will have this value 37.19 kilonewton in double shear. If we will go in bearing, then we have already, that is E we are providing 30 millimeters, P we require actually 30, but we are going to provide it as 40 millimeter. So why we are providing 40? If we will provide 30, then your this value will be less, and your value of bolt in bearing, that is less. 10 mm if you will increase, then automatically you will get this value of kb will be more one, and then automatically vdpb will be more one. So we have kb, so this value we have actually, that is 0.7. 0.7, and from this we are going to get this value, that is 40.32 kilonewton, and minimum we have 37.19 kilonewton, and from this we are going to provide, that is 4 bolts, 3.83 required, so we are going to provide 4 bolts over here, and that yielding of cross section. Now the strength of this double angle section we have to check it, and we have list of the following three, that is yielding of cross section, rupture at critical section, and block shear strength. So we have, this will be our connection. Now we will check one by one. So first we have for yielding of cross section, clause number 6.2, and from this we will get value 129.09 kilonewton. Now if we will go rupture at critical section, then we have this value TDN. If we will see, then we are going to get this already, you know this, and from this we are going to get value of beta 1.25, which will gives me TDN 138.56 kilonewton. These values 129 or this 138 we have calculated, and these values are for single angle. We have to make it for double angle, then we have to multiply it by 2. And then we have block shear strength, and in this block shear strength we have this again 4 bolts, and blue we are going to give at AVG and AVN. Sorry, blue we are going to give it as yes, AVG, ATG, and ATN. So these dimensions along blue line will be for ATG and ATN, and for red line we have, that is AVG and AVN, and that you already know. I will not going in detail with this. And we have block shear strength, that is going to be 144.19 kilonewton, and minimum of these two we have 144.19 kilonewton, and tensile strength is minimum of these three, and that comes 2 into 129.08 kilonewton, which is 258.18 kilonewton, and this value we have greater than 142.29 kilonewton, which is tensile force coming on principal rafter, or I can say top chord member. Then this will be first part, which is for your top chord member. Now we have to check it, that is for compressive strength, and we know we have compressive force, that is 86 kilonewton. So now length we have for top chord member is 1702, and that comes 1446.7, and we have this section, and we are going to check this for section lambda we have calculated, and we have calculated value, that this table we have, that is 9C. We know angle section we have, that is mm, curve C, and then we have this value comes, that is FCD equal to 112.87 MPa, and from this 112.87 MPa we are in position to calculate a value of PD. Now we have to keep in mind, we have actually this as ZZ for all, and then from this we have classification of sections. So we have this classification, semi compact we are going to be, and A equal to A, and we will get value of PD, which is 128.22 kilonewton, which is greater than 86.03 kilonewton safe. So this is for our top chord members. Now we will go for bottom chord members, and you can have these bottom chord members. If you will see, then we have bottom chord members, that is ACCE, EG, then we have GI, and then we have IK. You can see one by one. So we have first AC, and value we have 125.29 kilonewton, 80.88 kilonewton. CE, if we will see, we have 84.35 and 71.58. EG, if we will calculate, 87.97, 62.51. GI value we have, that is 70.93 and 52.92, and IK value we have, that is 54.78 and 45.46. 44.21. So maximum we have to consider, and maximum value we have, that is for member AC. So we have to design member for 125.29 kilonewton compression and 80.88 kilonewton tension. So keep in mind this, that is bottom chord member, though we are saying it as main tie, but that is for dead load and live load. And here we are going to design this bottom chord member for compression, and we have to check it for tension. Now we have this length that is 1.6 meter, and this value we have seen, we have 1.702 meters. So now we will design it for compression 125.29 kilonewton. Angle area of angles required. So for single angle 569, and then we will consider angle section as 5056, because we have this value of area is 568, very close to it. So we need not require to go for other section. And now we have effective length 1600 into 0.85, and from which we have again this we have to consider at ZZ axis, and then again we have with lambda 90.07, and from table 9c we have FCD as 120.99 MPa, and then we will multiply this. So section again we have semi compact A equal to A, and from this PD we will get 137.44 kilonewton, which is greater than our requirement, that is 125.29 kilonewton, therefore safe. Now we have to check it, that is for minimum of the three: yielding, rupture, and block shear for tensile force. And tensile force, that we have already seen, that we have tensile force for this member, and that is 80.88. And then we will go for this. Now I will have same connection, I have not changed it, I will kept it as 4 only, and from this we are going to get yielding of cross section. We have value 129.09. Then we have for second, that is rupture at critical section 1.25 beta, and will gives us value that is 138.56 kilonewton. And then we have third, that is for AVG and AV, and we have these values, gives me TDP 144.19 kilonewton, and that gives 258.18 kilonewton, greater than 80.88 kilonewton, therefore safe. You can reduce the number of boards, you can go for 3 boards also, and you can calculate it, then your value will be lesser than this. I kept the same, and that will gives me value greater than 80.88 kilonewton. So this is about your top chord and bottom chord member, and in next video we will go with mm, other members.